Welcome back. Well, it's gonna be another hot day here again today. It was in the high 90s yesterday, and the old weatherman says it's gonna be in the high 90s again today, probably around 95, 96, could even hit about 99, he said. But worst part is gonna be a heat index of about 106 today. And I got a whole lot of stuff to do today. So I'm gonna get on out this morning early, and I'm on the way to the feed store first thing. I'm gonna get that knocked out and get on back, get that unloaded. Because what I want to do today is I want to go back there to the pasture where the millet field is, and Bella and Elsie Mae and everybody back there, they've got a little bit of pasture back there to eat off of, but it hadn't been planted in millet. And that millet field is coming up so good right now, I want to get them a little bit of that too. So I've got a section right there by the house that I can probably square off and go ahead and turn them in there on it. Already been to Tractor Supply the other night, picked up a few extra T-posts and dobs and things that I needed. So I'm gonna get back from the feed store this morning before it gets too hot. And I'm gonna try to get those feeding posts up, get that wire stretched, and go ahead and get them in that part of the millet field where they can have a lot more to graze on too, because I've cut the cows back on their feed because they got so much to eat out there in the pasture, and I'm gonna try to cut back on them a little bit too, get them a little bit of a good green grass to eat on too. So that's part of the plan for today. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna get to the feed store first, try to get that done. I got some more running around I need to do. May end up needing to even cut the grass sometime today because it's really been growing again. And like I say, it hadn't rained the last couple of days. We could use some more. Maybe it'll rain some. We got a next chance coming up in a few days, maybe getting a little bit of rain. So we're gonna see how it goes. So let's ride to the feed store, get that feed out of the way, get on back to the house, see if we can get started. Get in there. I want you to do the gate. Turn her back around. She's right there. Go in. Yeah. Well, since we're gonna work on the fence someday, I had to get the cows out of the millet field anyhow. So while I got them in here, I'm gonna go ahead and worm them. It's about the end of July, and it's time to worm them anyway. So I got them a little bit of feed in the troughs in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and worm them while I'm here and get that out of the way for this part of the year. And see if we can get that done. There's 2. Whoa, 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 whoop. Should have get back. All right, go ahead and turn her back out. Go ahead, good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Push it on too, push it on too. All right. Hold still, give it up, though. Everybody's slung his mouth while you ain't got feed in my cut. Alright, see if we can reach get Betsy this time. She's going to call it. Yep, she backed out on me, so we'll get her last. No, that was Daisy. Betsy knows what I'm doing. I'll get her though. She won't know it. She liked to wrap her tail around it. Not all that, but she got good at it. This will be a hard one right here. What do you think? You don't care, do you? You swatted my cup too, you big dummy. Got to get some fly spring put in the TicTok day today. All right, well they've been working for another 6 months. Now to cover them, and like I say, a friend of mine told me about this little trick right here. You got some cows that you can't get to. Hold the back stick, duct tape, and a Dixie cup. You just pour your wormer in there. You just reach right over their backs and just pour it right on. Makes it a lot easier, especially when you got one like Betsy that don't like to be wormed or nothing else. But Elmo, he don't care. You can do anything you want to him. I wish that raw was easy to worm as he was. Maggie did pretty good last night. She started barking. It was probably, I don't know, about 10 o'clock I reckon, right before I got ready to go to bed. She was barking to raise the cane out here. Come out and go yell at her. But when I walked out the back door, I heard the coyotes. They were some back over this side, just a howling and cackling. and in 2 different places. And so she heard them, she was barking back at them. So I went back and got the old spotlight out. When I came back out, those 2 packs on that side were getting the attention. But when I shined the light back over here on this side, there was about 2 or 3 sets of eyes back here. They were sneaking up on the back side. And so she caught all of them, and I don't think they never came up. And so she's doing good. She's doing what she's supposed to. So, and most time, I heard a lot of people say these dogs bark all the time at night time, but anytime so far that she's been barking, there's been something she's been looking at. So, so she's done pretty good so far. And so if she's already doing it now, she'll probably get better as she gets older. Well, it's already hot. It's about 10 minutes to 10. We had a few other things to do to catch up on this morning, so we're a little bit later than I wanted to be. But according to the old handy dandy watch, it says it's 82 degrees already. But I don't know if you can tell or not, but I already got a wet shirt this morning from just a little bit we've been doing so far. But anyway, we're gonna try to get this knocked out before it does really get hot today. So what I want to do is, these cows have got all this millet field and all this pasture out here to eat on, and it goes right on back around all the way over there, and so they got plenty to eat, and it's really come up good. I tell you what, there might be a few bare spots, but there's a lot for them cows to eat out here right now. And so what my plan is since them calves in the back don't really have as much to eat, I'm gonna fence this part here in for them. So it's gonna go from here back to that tree back there, and I think that'll be plenty enough for Bella and the 2 calves and Elsie Mae. And probably not gonna let Buck back here because he can't find out how to get through the gate without running through the fence. So I'm probably gonna leave him in the back with some hay and some other, they got some pasture grass back there now. I'll probably leave him and Maggie over there during the daytime. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna run these T-posts. I'm gonna start on this corner wooden post here. I'm gonna go all the way down to that corner wooden post over to the other pasture. So I think that'll give them plenty to eat, and we're gonna see if we can go and get it started before it gets too hot today. So this lane goes downhill, so I'm probably gonna stretch that string a little higher. Hold it right here for me. All right. Supposed to spin. That thing's spinning. Hold on a minute, I don't want to tighten the string too tight. There we go, now I got it. All right, let's run some strings so we can get our post straight. All right, hold that for me. All right, I think that's tight enough because we don't have a wind blowing today, so it's not that bad. Usually if the wind's blowing, I got the head string a whole lot tighter, but it's not that bad today. All right, roll me up a little bit of that. Roll it up a little bit. What are you doing, Genevieve?
Okay. You walk though.
I'll hold it over here for me. see what's going on. What do you think, Elmo? You knew we was up to something, didn't you? When I fed you this morning and wormed you. You ain't gonna be happy about this. You about to lose some of your millet field. They'll be alright. You got plenty out there to eat. Alright. One of the best things I found to measure fence lines off with, I put these posts about every 15 feet apart. That little roller tape there, that really does the numbers. It's got a little digital readout on it, and that thing's about accurate every time, and it makes it a whole lot easier to have to pull the tape every time and mark your holes. You can pretty much do it by yourself. So, and you can save the settings on here if you want to. So, we'll go ahead and finish measuring these posts out and then get them in the ground. All right, well, here's the fun part. We can get this over with, we'll have the rest of it pretty much made. Oh. Is it touching? I don't want it to touch. I'm trying to turn it down a little bit. It's trying to turn on it a little bit. Push her back. You know what I forgot to bring? The level. That looks pretty leveled out on it. I think that'll work. All right, let's get the next one. Well, we got the post in the ground. That was the hard part. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna put our knobs on here. And if you see me do this before, all we do is use these little knobs that snap on these posts, hold the wire. But I got tired of measuring and counting each one of these notches on this post. But I got tired of counting notches on these posts to see where the knobs need to go. So I ended up making me this handy dandy measuring stick. So what I do is I got 4 strands of electric fence. I got 2, 3, 4. So I got them marked on this old tobacco stick. And I just put it down beside the post. And wherever there's a line at, that's where the knob goes. Hold my stick there for me. These bottom ones is the hardest. They're way down there. Let's put it right on this one. Then I'll come up snapping it. All right, let's pick it back in. All right, so we're gonna put this one about right here. I'm gonna put this one about right here. Anyway, I'm gonna put that one down a notch. Move back. All right. Move this one down a notch too. All right, then we're gonna put this one about right here. Go back. All right, and that's all there is to it. We'll finish putting these knobs on here, and then we'll come back and rerun some wire. Well, we got our post in the ground, got our knobs on the post. Now I just run a little bit of wire. And when I get to the other end, I got to add these little knobs to the wooden post at the other end. So, hey neighbor. But we'll get all that done, and we'll be able to turn them in here. No. And to tie this in together, I'm just going to take and wire it into my existing fence.
That way when I plug the electric fence back up, this whole new section will have juice on it. And I'm actually gonna do each one as I go, so I don't have to put other knobs on this post. I'm just gonna use the knobs that's already here and just tie into the wire. All right. Grab a hold. All right, let's walk it down. Right easy, I got to stay straight. So the hot connection is going to be at the other end. So what I'm going to do is, instead of hooking the wire back on this wire here, I'm scared that when I tighten the fences back and forth, it may pull this other fence back and forth and it may touch this post and ground it out. So I'm just going to actually end that fence right here where these extra wooden posts are at, with these knobs that go on the wooden post. And as you can tell, it's time for us to come back and spray the fence line, because the weeds are starting to get up under the fence, and I don't want them shorted out either. So
better have enough for the stretcher.
I know, that's why I'm gonna make it loose. All right. Grab that side over here. Other side, other side, other side. All right, so I'm trying to stay hot now. Catching up to you. All right, we got the post in the ground, knobs on the post, wire on the knobs, and now all we got to do now is to tighten this old flimsy mess up. We're gonna use these little fence stretchers right here. I like using these a lot. You can ratchet them and tighten the fence up. Makes it pretty good. And so now let's get these put in. We'll be about done. All right, we got all the stretchers in except for one. If y'all hadn't ever seen how this works, I'm gonna show you real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut this wire. If I quit dropping the pliers. All right, so we cut your wire. I'm gonna put this in here like this. I'm gonna get a little bit of a tail on it. And I'm gonna fold it in here. I'm gonna wrap this wire good and tight to hold on to it. And then there's a little hole here in the middle. If you want to come look at it right here. There's a little hole right there in the middle. And what you got to do is just stick this wire through that hole like that. Hold right there. And you ain't got to have much through there, just a little bit. And once you start doing that right there, see it's winding that wire up on that spool. So that's how we keep our fences tight. And we're gonna go ahead and tighten these up. Well, I didn't have my wrench right there. If you use these, they got a special wrench for them. You just stick on there like that, on this little, they got a nub on each side, right there and there. Got holes on each side. It just sits on there and there's a bar in the middle. And that bar catches them teeth in the middle. And you just ratchet ever how tight you want it. But I can tell you, don't ratchet it too tight, because these things are strong enough. I ain't really putting much pressure on it right now. But if you ain't careful, it'll start pulling the end post together. So Just get them about like that and you should be good. We're gonna finish these other ones up right here, and then we'll go plug the fence back in, check it, make sure it's hot. Then we'll turn the cows in here. All right, well, we got everything put together, I think. We got to let the fence plug back up. So let's see if we got any juice in this thing. Take the old fence tester. The grass is dry, it may not even register. Let's see if we got anything. Yeah, I just barely can't see it. There it goes. There it went. The ground's so dry, it ain't making a good connection. All right, we got power on it, so we're gonna walk back down there now, and we're gonna turn them little things in and see how they like it. All right, the fence is ready. We're gonna turn them in and see how they like it out here. Come on, y'all, come on, come on. Come on. Boy, boy, boy. Come on.
Elsie, Bella, come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Bella, quit messing with the stop sign, come on.
Don't forget my glove. Come on, Bella. Come on here. Come on. Bella, come on. Bella. Come on, Elsie. Come on, Bella. Come on.
Come on. Y'all ain't even got to the good part yet. Well, they ain't even got to the good part yet, but they'll figure it out. They'll get out a little further as they go. They'll explore around and find it out. So, well, it's about lunchtime. I think we're going to get the house cool off a little bit. It says it's 90 degrees right now, but it sure feels like worse than that. So we're going to go get us something to eat, sit in the house a little while to cool off, and see if these cows stay in or not. Well, I think today worked out pretty good, them being in that pasture and everything like they are. I was right earlier and we were cutting the grass and everything, and they'd eat so much they laid down, taking a break. So it's getting about dark. Sun's easing on down behind the trees back there. So I think we're gonna call it a day. Kim's finishing up on the grass cutting here behind the house. We got everybody else's done a while ago. Got all the weed eating done. And so she's about to finish that up, and we're gonna call it a night.
I got shaking because you're all over me. Go. Go eat.
Y'all come on. Don't put the gate on out there. Well, they're out there in their pasture under the shade tree. And these here have made it back out to the new millet field that they got. I reckon everybody's happy. Maggie, she's being slick. She's like, I snuck out here and they don't know I'm out here. I'm gonna go look around while I'm here. Maggie, come here. You ain't that slick. Come here. Come on, you got to get back on this side so you can get your dog food while they're in here eating their millet. Come on. You better come on. You ain't eating no millet. Come on. Well, just got back from church. Had a good service this morning, and we got back. When we pulled up in the yard a while ago, all the calves were right here at the back gate. They were ready to go back in that millet field this morning. They really enjoyed it yesterday, and had to trick them to get them back in here. Actually had to go put some feed in the trough for them to make them come back out. And but they're enjoying it pretty good. We turned them back in there again just a few minutes ago, and they're having a good time. They ain't had their heads up since they've been in there. They keep right on nose to the ground eating. So that's what I wanted to do. But we had a good sermon today at church. I tell you, the preacher was right spot on this morning when he come across this morning. He's talking about being equally yoked, and got talking about Adam and Eve and all this kind of stuff. And I tell you what, come to find out this morning that I was right all along. God made woman to be the man's helpmate. And I heard it right out of the preacher's mouth. She's supposed to cut the grass, wash the clothes. I mean, she's supposed to do all that kind of stuff and not even complain about it. But Kim swears I heard something different.
Yes, you heard wrong. You're supposed to be a helpmate, not the leader.
Well, that's right. You're the helpmate. I'm the leader. And the man said you're supposed to cut the grass,
Yeah,
you're supposed to
but
wash the clothes, you're supposed to chop the wood, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you
and
listen. You
so it was
listened to the message too good this morning.
one of the best sermons I've heard in a long time.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
Well, I tell you, you just learn something new every
day. It's supposed to be
day.
a helpmate, not do everything.
That's exactly what the man
not
said.
Put all of that for a woman to do. They're
Oh,
supposed to be here to
no.
help you.
Oh, well, you're helping by cutting the grass, chopping the wood,
Yeah,
folding
exactly.
the clothes. So, the best message he's had in a while. So,
Sure.
well, I reckon I better go. I got to find her something else to do since I'm the leader of the bunch and she's the helpmate. But anyway, we hope y'all enjoyed the rest of your Sunday. And again, we appreciate you watching our videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Tell your friends and neighbors. And if you don't kill me much sleep tonight, I'll see you in the next video.